there, everybody. Welcome back to the Manny and Shawn Experience Show. This is episode 118. How's everyone doing out there?
How are you? Hopefully good.
Did you steal the wine bottles after the White House Correspondents' Dinner was canceled? And if you don't know what I'm alluding to, that was our last episode. And something I forgot to mention was people were taking the wine bottles off the tables at the end of the night. I'm like, I would have too. I'm like, bitch.
I mean,
the party continues.
I didn't get shot, so I can take these and party in my hotel.
Party on, or keep eating your pie in the corner. I don't know. But I hope everybody out there is doing well and finding the lightheartedness that we need in our world, because boy, oh boy, every day is breaking news. I don't think we can ever use the word breaking news again.
Or it just unprecedented. Like, we need new words.
I think I saw that somewhere on Instagram, or maybe you said
I said it.
This week. It's like we need new words to describe first world problems that are happening, because
we overuse them.
We overuse them it's only been 2 years at this point.
Well, I mean, look at the current amendment. Anyway, this ain't about that.
This ain't about that. You know what this is about? Wait, how are you doing, Shawn?
I'm doing well. It's my birthday month, and it's been...
Well, it was.
Yes, well, by the time this comes out, my birthday month is over. But either way, now is my birthday month.
Or did your birthday month start April 17th and runs through May 17th?
Okay.
Anyway.
But I am doing well. It's been a very fun time, and we're going to tell you all about that fun time that we had. How are you doing?
Georgie. I'm doing good. I'm back on a consistent therapeutical train of every 2 weeks. So
okay.
We're trying to sort a lot of things.
Get it sorted.
We're trying to get it sorted. And it is, yeah, it's good. Quarter 2, like I keep saying, is much better. And quarter 3, I think, starts at the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that it goes better in quarter 3.
Okay.
So we went to Epic Universe.
We did.
Epic opened last year in May, but it was doing soft launches since like March of 2025. Mm-hmm. I didn't know when we would get to go to Epic Universe.
Look, Epic Universe is not cheap.
It is.
Homegirl is expensive.
She is expensive. It's more expensive than, I think, Universal and Islands of Adventure. So yeah, go in the middle of the week and off peak, and it might be somewhat reasonable.
Yeah,
because Universal, just like Disney, does that tiered pricing on the fucking tickets. So super expensive. But I surprised Shawn for his birthday. I'm like, it's 45. We got to do something, right? Like, I turned 40 and I went on a whole ass cruise. I'm like, what am I going to do? Buy him a cake and say happy birthday? I got to do something exciting, right? So I coordinated with family and friends, and we planned an epic adventure, which started at Terra Luna Resort.
Yes, it did. Terra Luna and Terra Nova are the 2 hotels that were built. Well, there's 3 hotels for Epic, but Terra Luna and Terra Nova are outside of the park. Helios is inside of the park. Are you having trouble over there?
Yoshi decided to jump off the microphone.
Okay. But yeah, we stayed at Terra Luna, and it is a space-themed hotel.
Yeah, I mean, Terra Luna is a Cosmo thing. I don't know, because the other one's the other one's called Stella Nova.
Yes.
And Epic Universe is all about the universe and
worlds, different worlds.
So the hotels kind of keep the same theme of it. We've stayed at other Universal hotels. We've stayed at Endless Summer, Dockside, and Surfside. This one we stayed at the Terra Luna, which is considered a prime value resort. So Endless Summer is a value resort. These are prime value, so it's supposed to be a little step above. Honestly, I booked this one because it was the cheapest one I found. But I was very grateful to stay very close to Epic, because these are you said the 3 hotels. Those are the only ones that are like right in the vicinity.
Yeah, like Epic Universe is right across the street from Terra
Stella Nova.
Terra Luna and Stella Nova.
Right. But it's directly across from Stella Nova.
Yes, it's directly across from there. Terra Nova isn't that far because you can literally see
Mario.
Donkey Kong from the parking lot. So
yeah, so we stayed at Terra Luna. There will be a video coming out on that. There'll also be a vlog on just our epic experience. But there'll be a specific hotel tour and all that. But the hotel's beautiful. It is probably one of the nicest hotels I've stayed at. And you know, I don't stay in fancy hotels like the JW, even though I do love Marriott and Hilton, but I always pick the lower tiered ones because that's all I can afford. But I felt this hotel was pretty premium for what I paid for it. I loved it. It just had high ceilings, and like when I look at high ceilings, I'm like, "Ooh, it's a loft." It had a couch. It just felt functional, unlike the Endless Summer ones where it feels a little. There's nowhere to sit besides the bed and then one very uncomfortable chair at Endless Summers Resort. So I thought it was well equipped. They had a very nice dining area, which they really thought that through. I feel like I'm talking too much here.
I'm not.
Okay, you're not talking.
I'm agreeing with you.
But one thing we did enjoy about this hotel versus Endless Summer, and we haven't been to Endless Summer in a while, so maybe they've changed this, but Terra Luna, you can order your food at one main station, and then they call you back when your food is done to pick up, which at Endless Summer, you stood in the line, ordered your food, and continued standing in line.
And then went to go pay for it after.
Right. And it was very crowded in that area. That's another thing. The dining area is much bigger than
it is. And I think that's on purpose because of the fact that you order, then go sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have to build a space for you to stand around.
Right. And they also you can get it all to go. They also put a pool kind of dining place outside so people don't have to come inside when the pool is open. And they also like separated the dining with like their little market with like the market's usually where you get like quick bites,
grabbing
candy bars and your coffee. Yeah. Whereas at the other resorts, it's all in the same place. So they did a really good job thinking through that guest experience. I thought it was great.
Oh, that was very nice. They also had a bar, the Luna Bar. They had a very, I thought, well thought out gym.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a ton of equipment, but like
they had equipment you usually wouldn't get in a hotel.
Yeah, they did, and I feel like there was enough space in there. And they also have.
I mean, if you're looking to work out, wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, some people are gym heads, and I need my gym. They also had a nice men and women's locker room with 2 showers. They had lockers, and then around the pool, there was a pool bar. There was plenty of seating at the pool.
There was plenty of seating in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of places you can kind of sit, and if you didn't want to get all the way in the pool, I thought the pool looked a little smaller than the size of the hotel, but
when we were there, and even on Sunday when we just did pool day, like I thought it was plenty of space. Saturday, there was plenty of space for the people that were there. Like I think they realized that like most. It's either half and half, right? You're either going to be at the parks all day, or then some people are going to use it as a day before they go home to enjoy the hotel.
Day, yeah.
So I don't think they ever focus on like everybody at this hotel is going to be at this pool at one time.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, I enjoyed the hotel. We were fans in the summer because it just feels like you can go there and you don't have to leave. So we have done a few weekends in the summer and not touched the park. We just went, chilled out. So it was nice to go to Terra Luna and see that you can still have kind of the same vibe. The rooms, I think, are much better than Endless Summer. Again, when I looked, this hotel was cheaper than Endless Summer. So just because it's a prime value versus a value, still check it out. If you live in Florida, there's Florida residence discounts as well. I think it was like 20% off. So definitely check that out. But I enjoyed this hotel a lot nicer. It was laid out better. The beds were comfortable. The bathroom was laid out well as well. So,
And you'll see all of this in our room tour video.
and that's Shawn telling me to shut the fuck up.
So one of the great things about staying at the Universal hotels is that you can get transportation to the parks. And another great perk is that you can typically get in an hour before the park actually opens. So we took advantage of that because Epic opened at 10 a.m.
Which I thought was weird, right?
We'll talk about the timing because to me, it was a little strange as well, especially what time they close.
Right.
But we were able to, get up that day. We got up at like 8. We went down to catch the bus, which was very simple. We got on the bus to Epic, and it was a quick journey. I'd say less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the light,
we would have gotten there a lot faster.
They dropped us off right at basically the front of the park. Like we got off the bus, we walked up a little sidewalk, you went through the gate, bam.
Yeah.
Epic is right there.
Epic doesn't have a garage, parking garage. It's just flat surface.
Yes.
And they have no shuttle in the general parking either. So you have to walk the length of the parking lot. But arriving into Epic Universe was seamless. I don't know if it's because we were early, but they were also allowing
regular people in,
regular guest tickets, but they would split you off if you didn't have the hotel key. You had to go stand in a general line.
Yeah.
But Universal's use of technology at the entrance, like just pictures and all that, I think it's just top tier, and I may talk about why I thought it was top tier later on in the conversation. But we got in, we buzzed through. They let you pick either to go to How to Train Your Dragon or Super Nintendo World.
And the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
So you got to choose which area you wanted to go to. We chose Super Mario because we knew that, I wanted Shawn. What am I trying to say? I knew this was the most important part of this park for Shawn, if I'm being quite honest with you. So I'm like, obviously, we need to go here first because this whole epic adventure for his birthday to me would have been like a loss if we wouldn't have gotten to experience one of the main reasons he wanted to go to Epic, especially because we went on the day of his birthday.
Yes, we went on my actual birthday. I've watched so many videos about Epic. I've seen so many vlogs about it. I've seen so many commercials. Like the anticipation of them building the park. Like we were into the building and construction and all of that stuff for Epic. And then when it finally opened, it was exciting because it was like, they opened Super Nintendo World over in the Universal Park in California.
And Japan first.
And Japan. But we were going to get it complete at the beginning, meaning we would have Super Nintendo World and Donkey Kong Country as well. So this was definitely what I wanted to check out because Nintendo has been a part of my life since I was a kid. I got an NES as my first game console, and I've had every Nintendo system minus the Super Nintendo since.
I had a Game Boy.
Oh, cute. I didn't know what to expect. Even though I've seen it in vlogs, I've seen it in videos, I didn't know what to expect. Because a lot of people always say like the area is very small, it gets very crowded, which after being there, I get that.
I do too.
But I didn't know what it would feel like. Like you see the portals in the commercials and you're like, oh, that's cute. Yeah. Like whatever. But getting on this escalator and going through the warp pipe and hearing the sounds and then getting to the top and realizing that you're inside Peach's castle like it was in Mario 64. It was like a sensory overload and it was very overwhelming. And then when we stepped into the world, like I almost cried because it was just so beautiful. Like everywhere you looked, it was like, I know what that is. 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 Oh my God. The music, everything.
They didn't leave anything unturned in that land. Like I'm not a gamer, and I grew up with like I said, the Game Boy, and I did enjoy playing that. But my games just kind of ended there. I don't know if it's a financial thing where I just didn't. I loved playing my Game Boy. But being kind of an outsider of that and just walking into the land, it was like, wow, this is really, really epic. And Shawn just had this little smile just on his face that just would not go away. And I gotta say, I found myself a lot of times throughout the park just smile from ear to ear, and that says a lot because I enjoy theme parks, but I hate going to them because of people. But I was just like, wow, this is impressive, and they just fucking did that with Nintendo World.
Yes. So we went straight to the minecart coaster in Donkey Kong Country because doing some research, that is the ride that probably gets one of the rides that gets the busiest at the beginning of the day. And since it was just hotel guests, it was already an hour.
Yeah.
So we hopped in line for that, and we did the whole queue. The queue was very cute. Seeing Cranky Kong, seeing some of the characters from Donkey Kong within the queue was cute. But the ride itself was surprisingly like more fun than I thought it was going to be.
If you're watching it from like outside, you're like, oh, that looks okay.
Yeah.
But once you're on it, because the way they designed it is like you're really on the minecart, so the illusion of the track, you don't really see it in this particular ride. So they did a good job, and if you played that game, it fits in line where you don't really see the track. And some of the special effect things like they did, like where you're jumping over a track piece or something like that, I thought they did a really, really good job. And I know this ride gets a little bit of hate. No, I think the other one gets a little bit more hate, but I thought it was a fun ride. I again smiling on a theme park ride, which is very rare. It was just, I thought it was awesome. They did a great job. It had some parts where I was like, "Ooh, wow, that was a little more intense than I thought it was going to be."
It was fun. I loved it.
It had some drops.
It did. It's considered a family coaster because it doesn't go upside down or any of that stuff. But it was a good time, and it was cute seeing some of the little animatronics that they had within the ride.
It's like were some of those elements like out of the game? Like if we were, was it like we were playing the game? Because it felt like there was different scenes throughout the ride.
It was like playing the game, and some of those scenes are from different games, obviously, into one thing. But like there was Dixie Kong, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong was in the queue.
All the Kongs.
It was just a fun ride. It was just fun.
I had a blast on the ride. I really did.
We didn't explore. There's not much to see at Donkey Kong Country. The minecart ride is there. There's a stage for Donkey Kong where you can do a meet and greet, and there's a store.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And the meet and greet's not really running anymore, or it's been paused. At Universal with Donkey Kong. But then we walked back into
Super Nintendo World. I got my power up.
Got him a power up band so he can get some coins.
We went over to Mario Kart.
Mate, you were surprised.
Oh yes, I was surprised by Annette and Carlos, friends to the pod, friends to the blog, family. Manny's sister and her husband, for those of you who don't know. But that was a nice little surprise, and we explored the land a little bit, and we got in line for Mario Kart, which I think was like 120 minutes.
It was, yeah. By this time the park was open.
Yeah, by this time the park was open because they opened at 10, and then by the time we got off of Donkey Kong, it was time for the regular guests to come in.
And the Mario side was queued up by people, non-hotel guests.
Yes, it was very busy. But it was fun. Like, we got in line for Mario Kart. We waited about an hour. The ride went down. They said, it might be a little bit. Then it came up.
And then it went down.
And we were debating whether we should stay in line or not. And by this time, it was around lunchtime.
It was close to 12, and then they came on and said, this will be an extended
delay. And we was like, okay, well, let's go get some lunch because we hadn't even eaten breakfast.
No.
So we went to the Oak and Tavern.
Yes, we did.
And it was a nice sit-down restaurant once again.
And this is outside of Super Mario.
Yeah, this is outside of Super Mario. It's like in between Super Nintendo World and Dark Universe.
Right. So if you're not familiar with Epic Universe has its universes that go around, and then the centerpiece of
Celestial Park
is called Celestial Park, and they have different restaurants and bars. Like there's a seafood and steak, there's a Pan-Asian restaurant, and then this one was more like barbecue.
Yeah, it was definitely more barbecue.
And it was not busy when we walked in, first of all, which I absolutely loved.
And surprisingly big place.
Very big.
Because there was a whole nother side.
Yeah. This was another place where I was really impressed with how Universal did it. Because when we went to Disney for Christmas, we had lunch with the family, and it was horrendous. You had to wait in line. You had to then order at the little kiosk with the person. Then you had to wait. And then there's just like so many lines in such a small space. This place, Oak and Tavern.
I'm gonna look that up.
Okay, he's gonna look it up. You walked in, and you actually sat yourself. You picked the table that you wanted to sit at. There's a barcode. I know people hate barcodes, but there's a barcode on the table. You scan the barcode, it brings up the menu, and you order your food right there.
It is Oak and Tavern.
Oak and Tavern. And you order everything at the table.
Mm-hmm. And it's brought to you.
To the point where they bring you your cup for your soda. My sister has a food allergy. She was also able to indicate that on the app, and a manager came out, asked about her allergies. She even got her cup brought to her separately from everybody else's cup. I just thought that whole process was just genius and very simple when you think about it. But having experienced it not long ago at Disney, and then getting to just sit down, pick a table, order from the table, the convenience of that is huge, because in these places, the spaces are so small sometimes to order food. Now, there were places to order to the left, so I don't go up there. I thought it was great. I thought it was genius idea to keep the crowds dispersed in an eatery at a theme park that can get very busy from time to time. But they brought out all the food. I had, I believe, the spicy chicken sandwich. No, I actually do not remember what I had.
I don't remember what you had either.
I got you the mac and cheese.
Yes, I do remember the mac and cheese.
The fries were delicious.
The mac and cheese was all right.
Yeah, the mac and cheese was all right.
The barbecue was very good though. They also have a freestyle machine. You get refills. There wasn't a limit on refills there. So that was good.
And they kept to the theme. It was barbecue, so it's served on like these. The word just went out of my head, but the platings that they used looked like barbecue-ish, down in 1960s or something. I don't know what I'm trying
to say. They had two singers in there for entertainment.
And they could have shut the fuck up.
Did songs.
They could have shut the fuck up.
And then they took requests from the audience. There was a lot of Taylor Swift, because there was a family over here who decided to sit next to us when there was so many other seats. But anyway, that's besides the point. After we left Carlos had to leave us at this time. He wasn't feeling well.
Can I also say I really loved the cups there?
Yes, you can say
it reminds me, because it kept with the theme. It was a tavern, so it looked like a big like beer cup. Oh, the soda was so good in it. Anyways, go ahead.
Yes, Carlos wasn't feeling well, so he left us at this point. But Annette stayed, and we decided to go back over to Mario Kart because it came back up.
It did.
The queue was shorter this time. We didn't do the whole
it was 50 minutes
around the track thing, but we managed to get on this time. And I've heard things about the Mario Kart ride, and I was looking forward to seeing it for myself. I get the complaints It's a cool idea, right? Because Mario Kart is hard. Like you can't have individual people be in. Wait.
Well, the name of the ride is Bowser's Challenge, isn't it?
Yes, it is still
Okay.
Mario Kart though.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's still Mario Kart.
Okay, this is Bowser's Challenge on the thing. I don't know.
Did you get in a cart?
I did get in a car, but
Did you race?
But the name of the ride.
Did
is
you
Bowser's
shoot turtle
Challenge.
shells?
I'm not sure what I shot. I thought I was making so many points, and I was not.
I got the most points.
Nobody cares.
So basically, you get these goggles that attach to this headpiece, and it's a VR AR style type ride. There's 4 people per cart, and you basically look at something, and then you press the buttons, and it shoots out an item if you have an item.
But you're also driving.
Which
quote unquote.
Don't really feel like I was driving.
No, we were not driving. That was on a track. Well, it was a trackless experience.
Yeah, and like they will give you arrows indicating that you need to turn or whatever the case may be.
Which I can see why that ride goes down quite a bit.
I can too. But the set pieces were very nice, and it almost was like I'd rather just experience the big set pieces than play the game.
So you would have done maybe like Mickey's Railway at
that would be fierce, because Mickey's Railway is like I'm in a cartoon that came to life.
Right.
Like the Imagineers did that. The set pieces from Mario Kart were great because I recognize all of those places from the game.
Yeah, I found myself just looking versus trying to play the game.
Right. And I would obviously racing. The thing is the AR is cool, but sometimes it's just like it goes in and out, but it's just like somebody drives by and you're like, I'm gonna try to shoot them.
It's a little laggy.
Yeah.
It could be why the ride again goes down so much. It
could be. And I was looking at the set pieces. I was like, oh, I know that from that course in Mario Kart. I know that from that course. Like you go through the famous ones. And of course, Rainbow Road.
And the big clouds.
The big
cloud blows you.
Again, the set pieces look amazing. The details and everything at Epic are chef's kiss. But Mario Kart was fun. It was fun. It was fun. We had a good time.
I enjoyed it. I just did find myself looking more at what was happening and trying to enjoy the show element of it.
Yeah.
Versus wanting to play the game. But I thought it was good. And Super Nintendo World is amazing. The detail is crazy. We did write Yoshi's Adventure, which is kind of a slow moving Yoshi kart.
Omni mover.
And there's little set pieces, and you have to find 3 eggs throughout the adventure.
But it was very cute. It was very Yoshi story. While we were in the line, Yoshi popped in for a quick second to say hi.
Yeah. And we're like, why can't we meet Yoshi? Clearly you have him in a costume.
But it was very cool to get on that, and it be so slow, and it takes you through the scenes, but it also goes outside, so you get to see Super Mario World
from a different
perspective as well, and get up close with some of the animatronic things that were happening.
So then we walked through a little bit more of Mario.
I had some question marks.
And he had some more coins. It's
coins.
Like that can probably take quite a bit of your time.
I didn't get to do the Bowser Jr. challenge, which is fine because the lines for the things that you need to do were quite long.
Yeah,
because you had to play the games in order to get to go challenge Bowser Jr.
You could almost spend half a day there in that land alone.
You could.
But we decided not to.
We wanted to see everything.
So. We decided then to venture on to
Dark
Universe because the marquee ride there had a 15-minute wait. And we're like, wait, what?
Let's go.
So we walked our asses over there as quickly as possible. And just like walking into Super Nintendo World, you walk through the portal and you just transform. Like, there's something to be said about the transformation that happens when you go from portal to outside of the portal. You really do feel like you're stepping out of somewhere else.
When we left Super Nintendo World and we came back to Celestial Park, it almost felt like the weather changed. And I know that sounds crazy. It's just like when you're in whatever world you're in, you are so immersed in it, especially Super Nintendo, because you go up an escalator and then it's like 2 floors.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, no matter where you are surrounded by Nintendo.
No.
So going outside of it, it was just like, oh, it's bright out here. Where we at?
So going into Dark Universe, then it becomes a dark, becomes more spooky. There's
characters
smoke
walking around.
Yeah. So, and then you're greeted with a small town of,
Darkmoor is what it's called.
And then there's the castle for Monsters Unchained, which is where the werewolf, Dracula, oh no, the pressure now, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Shit, I'm missing one, aren't I? Phantom of the Opera. Oh, who am I missing?
You're missing 2 more.
Who am I missing?
2 more.
No. Tell me.
2 more.
Oh, I can't remember.
Mummy?
The Mummy, yes.
And
I don't know.
Who is in the intro show? Frankenstein.
Oh, Frankenstein, yes. Oh my God. The pre-show to this ride is all animatronics. A Frankenstein comes out. Like, it's not just like we shine the light on Frankenstein.
No, he walks out.
He walks out. And I was just like, wow, that's a very expensive piece of machinery. I mean, just the castle itself was also very well detailed. But the pre-show was phenomenal.
So a little backstory. It's about Victoria Frankenstein, who is the great-granddaughter of Dr. Frankenstein. She is basically locking up all the monsters to do experiments and such. And Dracula is the last one that she has captured, and she is trying to do experiments on him, get something from him. I don't know. The queue is very well themed and detailed and kind of helps go along with the story. But every time we got on, like, it was so quick that we didn't have time to really enjoy the queue, which I was fine with. So yeah, you do a pre-show, and then you walk through the queue and you get onto the ride, which surprised me because it was like a continuous moving thing.
Universal invested wattage of technology here.
Yeah.
Even the lockers that they use as your picture, you take a picture to unlock and lock your the lockers. Because please do not take anything on this ride. Unless you have a phone, then you can, and it has a zipper in the pocket, sure. Yeah. If you don't have a zipper in your pocket, there's a chance your phone's gonna fly out. This ride
was my number 1 ride at this park, which surprised me. And I know, like, watching videos of people that have done Epic, like Monsters Unchained is one of the favorites. It did have a proclivity of going down a lot during the early days, and I can understand why now.
I can definitely understand why.
Our first ride through, it did stop.
It stopped now. We got stuck at the Dracula scene.
We got stuck at a Dracula animatronic.
We got to see him go to sleep. He went,
but we didn't. It wasn't stopped for too long.
No. The ride came back up
and went again.
But the line was so short.
Yeah, once we got off,
we left off the ride and we were like, holy shit. Even with the ride breaking down, we were like,
it was still
holy
amazing.
Shit, what did we just experience?
Yes.
They use like this arm technology, which I believe they use it on one of the Harry Potter rides. And not the one at Epic, but I believe the one at Universal or Islands, whichever. They're all the same. Whatever. I don't care. See my priorities at Epic. But the use of that technology really allowed them to create this experience that I just haven't experienced at a theme park before.
Every creature is an animatronic, and the way that this ride operates is that Igor takes control of your machine that you're strapped into, and you just get so close to the monsters and the animatronics. And it's just like, it's mind blowing. Like the first time getting on it, I couldn't stop smiling.
It was really like from the beginning. There's the Phantom of the Opera is playing, right?
Yeah.
Which is a ginormous animatronic playing.
Like all you can see is the back of him at first.
And then because of the use of this technology, it brings you to the side of the piano and it brings you close enough to him where it feels like he's going to touch you.
Yeah, and then he reaches out at you before you're whipped away.
And then you're in front of the
Victoria
again, and you're this close to her again.
And she is looking you dead in your eyes.
Like, I know people have talked about there's times where the ride, not all of the animatronics were running. Mm-hmm. I feel like we got blessed because all the animatronics were running when we got on.
We did this ride 3 times in a row. Wait, no, was twice. It in a row? Twice in a row. And then we came back at the end of the day to do it again. My favorite ride.
Hands down, my favorite ride.
I do have another favorite, but like in terms
this is my number one ride.
Yeah.
Probably maybe the number one ride in theme park rides that I've gotten on. Because it is just the use of technology, the storyline. It is really breathtaking. And I don't think, because you think of the Mummy, right? At Universal that uses the cart, mm-hmm. but also has like active live experiences. You cannot get that close to the animatronics because of the use of that technology. The use of the technology they have at Epic Universe on that ride allows you to really, like, there's a scene where you go down and you're greeted by the creature of the
from
Black Lagoon. And it's unexpected, but the car literally dips you all the way down. Like when you look down, you're way up on this ride.
Like you will be in a couple of different directions on this ride at all times. And like, and it's purposeful. It's not just to swing you around, just to swing you around.
It's a story.
It is so that you get up close and personal with the story and are able to follow it as things are happening. And as the monsters are breaking out, the werewolf scene is one of my favorites because you greet him as he's broken out. He's chewing on somebody, and then
they even throw water on you.
Yeah, it feels like the blood. It feels like blood. And then it whips you away, and you see him running, mm-hmm. and then he runs to this ledge. You see him howl at the moon, and he jumps, and you go underneath the ledge, and then it flips you around, and then he's like right there, like clawing at you. That ride is amazing.
I would expect more rides from that. Because that is just amazing ride. And like you said, we had choices at the end of the night and we said we're going to go ride Monsters Unchained again. And it was cool to see Dark Universe in the dark.
Yes. This park is a nighttime park to me. The lighting at night is phenomenal. Things look great in the day, don't get me wrong. But like Dark Universe lends itself to being more in the dark because it is like you walk in and the first thing you see is a cemetery. Yeah. Like, and at night there's like smoke and fog and light effects.
And then the castle really has all the electricity running through it.
Yes, the Frankenstein castle has the electricity running through it, and it looks crazy at night. They also have the windmill that catches on fire. That's a restaurant.
And they have the werewolf ride there, but we didn't get on it.
We didn't get on the werewolf coaster. It was long.
It was very long, and we kind of weighed what we wanted to do. But it looks fun. It's one of those roller coasters where it spins as well as it's going off.
Yeah.
But we didn't go that. But yes, that ride was amazing. But not to keep elongating the.
Yeah. We can talk about Epic all day. We went over to Alberg, which is How to Train Your Dragon. Mm-hmm. Again, very well themed. We did Hiccup's Wing Glider, which is the coaster. We got online for that. It did go down, but it wasn't as long as
we freaked out. We're like, oh God.
Another thing that I appreciate about Epic is that most of the queues for the rides there are inside.
Except
that one.
This one.
But they do have a bunch of shade.
They do. But I mean the sun was
But the sun is, yeah.
But Hiccup's gliders it is somewhat of a roller coaster, but again, kid-friendly roller coaster. It doesn't go upside down.
Right.
It does accelerate more than I thought it would.
It was fun.
It literally feels like you are gliding, like if you were a dragon. And there's one scene in this ride where it goes through the front of the park or through the front of the universe and kind of dips you into the water. I just had a smile on it in that ride because I'm like, wee.
I also loved the animatronic of Hiccup and Toothless at the beginning of the ride. And I appreciated the story continuing as you're on the ride because there's speakers in the carts.
Right. So it's Toothless and Hiccup are talking. So it's not like the ride started and you lost the storyline of it. The storyline continued. Hiccup's like, no, turn left, turn right. What are you doing? So it was super cute ride. Super, super cute ride.
Loved it. Then we got on another ride. I do not remember.
The Dragon Racers Rally.
Dragon Racers Rally. You basically get in these little seats and there's dragon wings that you can control up and down. You can control your tilt by using your body weight either side. The ideal thing is to get a barrel roll. I really tried.
I could barely move the damn thing. I was exactly how he described it. People will move left to right, but the thing won't move. And yep, that was me up there.
I got halfway, and then I got scared because my phone was in my pocket, and I didn't want my phone to fall out. But I really did want to do a barrel roll, and I tried really hard, and I just wasn't able to do it.
It was a cute ride. My sister was scared to get on. But once you do it, it's just fun. You're literally like flying in air. And then you're dipping back down, and it only goes around like 4 times. Yeah. So it wasn't that much, but it was just a fun ride. It just made you kind of smile.
And once again, detail throughout that whole thing made you feel like you were in Burke from the movie, and like from the houses to the goat. Mm-hmm. Like there was the ice dragon, the baby dragons fighting over the fish. Like it was just immersive.
Yeah. They have another ride there called Fire Drill, which was not operational the day we went.
Oh yeah, that was the water thing.
We did watch the How to Train Your Dragon show, which apparently it's a not to miss at Epic Universe. I was excited to see it myself. The highlight for me was seeing Hiccup. Not Hiccup, Toothless come flying over the stadium, which obviously it's an animatronic, but it's just really impressive.
I think that was the highlight for me. The show itself was all right. It was not even 20. Was it 20 minutes?
It was like 19 minutes.
It was very short.
And that's how I now know they do like 20 of them a day.
It was very short. It was cute. Like there's a storyline you can follow. There's singing, there's dancing, whatever. Toothless was definitely the star of the show to me.
And some of the not animatronics, some of the puppetry they had on stage was pretty cool. The storyline was there. There was 2 people singing. I don't think that needed to be done. We could have cut the singing out and maybe just made it all acting. There are some cool music performers in there as well. But Toothless really steals the show because I mean, he comes out like 3 times, which is really, really
just
cool.
Flying over the audience, and that was really cool. We didn't get a chance to meet Toothless. We did see him from afar. But the line was just
75 minutes.
Yeah, the line was just too long. And I mean, I did want to meet him, but you know, it's fine. I will be back to Epic at some point in my life, I hope. We went after that. I did Stardust Racers. No one else wanted to get on, which is fine and understandable. Stardust Racers is something that I have been excited about since Epic opened because
I was too.
I love coasters.
I was so excited, but when I saw it in person, I'm like, your back might say no.
So there's 2 different tracks, and they intersect each other at different points during the ride, and they are both similar and yet different. There's a yellow and a green side. I did the yellow first. I got on it. I couldn't stop smiling on that ride. You get so much airtime. It's so fast. It's just this and Monsters Unchained are like my top 2 rides at this park.
And I love roller coasters. I just like the wrong move can like really fuck my back up. So after seeing it, I was like, shit.
Maybe if we go again, it'll be the last ride you do. That way,
You can
if
take me
something
off
happens,
in a wheelchair or I die. Cool.
Okay, you're not gonna die.
I mean, the speed that thing shot out and dropped you right back on the other side of that, I was like, oh shit. And then it intersects at such a high point. Like you said, it is so serious that they are metal detecting people.
Oh yeah. This ride is they don't play no games.
Unlike they did at the White House Correspondent Dinner.
So there's a section before you go up the stairs where there's lockers, and they tell you to take everything out your pockets, put it in there. When you go up the stairs, there's a whole nother section that is like for metal detectors and people with wands. I had put before I got up there, the lady was like, "You got to put the magic band in the locker." So I was like, "Fine, let me just."
It's not called a magic band.
I'm sorry, power up band. My bad. Into the locker, and I was like, "Let me just put my phone in here." I kept my wallet, but I have the zipper. And the guy was like, "What's in your pocket?" And I was like, "It's just my wallet." I unzipped. I showed him. I took it out. I was like, "It's just my wallet." He was like, "Okay, you can go." I was like, "Y'all serious?"
Yeah, I mean, the cross points on this ride are very close.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's throwing up, it's going to land in your mouth.
Don't. But I can understand why, because there is one section of this where the two trains intersect. And I felt like I was moving in slow motion. Like on one track, the people are above you and you are here. So it's like you could see them.
Talk to the microphone.
Oh, sorry. You can see them, and it happens in slow motion. I can't explain it. That's just how it feels. And then I got on the other side, and they're below you, and again, it's like slow motion. It is the coolest effect. But this ride is so fast. I get it. Like it's meant to be like you're on a comet, and my God, does it feel like that?
Yeah, it looks like a very intense ride. Maybe next time I'll consider it. Like you said, end of the night. But
yes,
I wasn't sure what we were gonna do the rest of the evening at Epic Universe, so I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna put myself through that. So I went and got me some coffee. Me and my sister enjoyed Celestial Park. I mean, going back to like the changes of universe, Stardust Racers is not in a universe; it's part of Celestial Park. But the detail that they put into Celestial Park is really something that shouldn't be overlooked as a theme park. It almost feels like a place where you get grounded and recentered when you leave a universe, because you do feel like, because you're no longer overly surrounded by things. Yeah. Like you go to Universal, you go to Disney. Yes, the areas transition. You see the transitions. When you go into these universes, you are just immersed in what it is, the sights, the sounds, the smells. And when you can just go back out to Celestial Park and it's like, Celestial Park has a bunch of places to sit. It's very
like a park.
It's very colorful. There's so many flowers everywhere. There's colored water fountains, which they're working on to probably do a nighttime show here in the future at Epic. It's just when Shawn says this is a night in the park, a nighttime park.
It really is.
We said that multiple times in the evening at Epic because the park comes alive again. And it looks completely different than during the day.
It looks so cool.
We went back to How to Train Your Dragon in the evening because we went out. He went to Stardust Racer, and then we went back for the show. And it was just a completely different experience with the lights on. They have like the tiki fire things. I don't know what they're called. I just called it that. But it just looked amazing. And same thing when we went back to Dark Universe. It was just a whole different experience. So I would love to see Epic, even if they have to open later, be open later in the evening. Now, I know it's very close to like housing, so I don't know if that's also the limitations on the hours of operation, but also they're about to start a fireworks show, so I can't be more louder than that.
Right. One cool little thing about Stardust Racers that I forgot to mention is like in the back of them they have flux capacitors from the Back to the Future. Right. Well, the DeLorean. So that
So
was
a
a
little
cute
nod
little
to it.
yeah.
I read or heard somewhere there's also a nod to Dueling Dragons. I don't know where, but apparently there's a nod to that ride.
I'm trying to think.
That was like the first dueling coaster Universal had at Islands of Adventure, which is no longer there.
It could have been something in the queue that I completely missed.
I'll have to go back and look.
But yeah.
But we didn't do the rides at the Harry Potter section of the park. That was
go there.
Yeah, it was our lowest priority on the to-do list at Epic. Because we don't really
not the huge Harry Potter people.
But we went through the land because we wanted to see it. And again, the immersion is just like, wow. You really felt like you were in Paris. Right down to like the outdoor bistros that you would see, like if you were in Paris, people eating, just
the architecture.
The architecture, like they have this illusion, which now we saw how they do that illusion. And I'm like, oh,
it's a forced perspective.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not so cool anymore. But when you're inside the land, you're like, cool. Wow, it looks like those buildings just keep going up into the air. And it's just the attention to detail is nice. If we go back, I would attempt to ride the ride because the ride apparently is very good as well. But that particular night, it was 170 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not spending my last 2 hours of Epic in this line. But detail. Epic is detailed.
Super detailed.
Sorry, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say you do need more than one day.
Yeah, like I think we accomplished a lot in the day that we had. We didn't see and do everything.
Right.
But we did do the things that I felt like we set out to do.
Yeah.
Were accomplished. It was towards the end of the night after we had did Monsters Unchained for the third time because we went back and did that. We watched the thing catch on fire.
Oh yeah, the sawmill thing.
Yeah. And then it was as we walked out, they started playing music and we were like, oh, what's happening? And it was the goodnight show.
It was a goodnight show. Celestial Goodnight.
So they would play music from each world, each land. They started with Mario, went over to Dark Universe, and each one has their own unique soundtrack and sound effects that happen, which will probably go along with the fountain show once they get that operational.
Well, and even though it's under construction right now, those did used to be a part of that Celestial Goodnight, but they're upgrading it to another show that unannounced, but apparently coming.
But it was really cool because each time a world was being highlighted, there was a beam of light that came from that world, and you could see it. And then at the last, which was Celestial Park, all the lights came together. It was very cool, and then there was a lady that came on and talked about the epic worlds and gave us a good night, and the park closed and everybody headed towards the entrance. But like it was
when we talk again about the nighttime aspect, even with all the fountains not operational, it was just to see it throughout the park because the water fountains are through this middle section of the park, and it just felt like the whole middle part of the park came alive. So I can't imagine what it looks like with all of the fountains operational, and it was so colorful.
Even the Helios, the hotel, had different lights and things happening. So like it was all over the park, and it just the whole day was epic. People ask me like, how did you like it? How did you enjoy it? And the one word that kept coming to mind was epic. Like you properly named this park because everything about it to me is epic.
Yeah. I agree, hands down. And I know there's a lot of critics about this park, but I just think put away the technological issues they have sometimes. Maybe they're still working out the kinks in terms of how to operate the lines and all that. The park is just epic detail, epic technology. I mentioned technology. Like if you buy express passes, they no longer really have to scan like it's all facial recognition. I was watching the technology and it literally clears the person that puts a green box around their face. Um, and if it couldn't read who it was, it would put a red box around their name, and then the person would have to scan their ticket. It just, they are working on so much efficiency at Epic Universe that I think it's going to get even better. And since there are rumors that they're going to expand some of the universes, it's going to probably get busier. So technology is going to play a big part in how they move people. And I think they're doing a great job.
Especially since we found out that they're not operating at capacity.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary because I'm like,
these lines are already kind of long. Nintendo World much more than that.
Yeah, you can't fit that many.
I think that's when that technology they're talking about creating a reservation time to go back into a universe. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's when that's going to really become a thing.
Yeah. Either way, again, we could talk about this all day, but I had an amazing birthday. I had an amazing time. Thank you to Manny. Thank you to friends and family who came out as well, because we had a nice little hangout the next day after Epic.
By the
pool. We got to enjoy Terra Luna and all of its things. And yeah, it was just an epic time. I cannot wait to go back to Epic. I can't wait to do Monsters Unchained again. But yeah, I enjoyed it. If you've been to Epic, let us know what you thought of it. Put it in the comments or talk to us on social. You can find us at MASXP23. We're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Yep, sometimes Threads.
Sometimes
when I remember to post. But yeah, let us know what you thought of Epic New Universe if you've gone, or if you're excited to go, and what would be your universe.
Yeah.
We got little Yoshi. I got Yoshi. Yoshi's my favorite.
He loves Yoshi.
I love Yoshi, but it contradicts our staging here. So I also got a green bottle with a Yoshi sticker, but I cannot show it to you. But anyways, we're going to get out of here. Plan your epic adventure. Call us. We'll help you plan it. But yeah, take care of yourselves. As we like to say here, do something good for yourself.
And then do something good for someone else.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Who is this?
That's you.
Oh, so some dinosaur just shows up and just joins the group. It's my favorite meme.